1-1 the count right now to Darwin Perez. We're in the third inning. Bottom of the third. Lemurs leading 1-0 over the Canaries. Lemurs 1 run came on a solo home run by Jesus Poso. The pitch, runner started to move, stumbled, stopped, and it's fouled away. 1-2 the count to Perez. So Lemurs got the early lead here in the third. Hopefully they can maintain that. And Navarre back on the hill for his third inning of work here. Throw over to first. One ball, 2 strikes the count. Pitch swung on, fouled away. Count still 1-2. Lemurs leading. 2 hits in the ballgame for Laredo. Both coming last inning. Should have been 3. I was watching. I thought Morrison did touch first base. He seemed to think he did as well. 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Second strikeout of the ballgame for Navarre, and it's out number 2 here in the third for the Canaries. And David Bergen to the plate. Bergen has a single, a soft liner to right field. Bergen, the right-handed hitter. Navarre looks over at first. From the stretch, kicks, fires. Down and away. 1-0. Bergen last night, the hero of the ball game. And the pitch on the inside corner, a called strike. Count 1-1. Last night for the Canaries was their second largest crowd of the year. And it was a Monday night, kind of a weird night to have your second largest crowd of the year. Well, outside of 4th of July. 4th of July crowd was the largest, but you almost can't really count that. It's going to always be the largest. So if you take 4th of July out, last night, second largest crowd. And one of our 2 games when we were here last time was their largest crowd of the night. So our 3 games that we've had here in Sioux Falls before tonight were their first. 2 of them were their first and second largest crowds of the night, and they were just middle of the week games. So last night, a Monday game. The other one I think was a Wednesday game or something like that. Not your traditional big crowd nights. Pitch low, check swing. They say he didn't go, and the count now 3-1. Sorry, just 2-1. There's a couple of throws of the Navarre. I thought they throw another pitch. 2 balls and a strike to count. To David Bergen. Righty versus righty matchup. The pitch swung on, grounded foul, left side. Count 2-2. Some sirens going on behind the ballpark. looks like a fire rescue truck maybe. Time call by Bergen at the plate. Now another siren somewhere else. So I don't know where they're going, but sirens all over the place. Runner moving on the pitch. Throw down to second. Not in time. Boy, I thought they had the runner, Blake Schmidt. Count now full as that pitch missed for a ball. That was close. So 3 balls, 2 strikes. The count. Navarre with 2 outs in the inning, trying to get out number 3 here and make it an out of Bergen. That's a swing, ground ball, routine towards Pulfer, and it goes right through his legs into shallow right field. Run will score. Bergen reaches on an E4. Pulfer commits the error, and errors have been the key for the Lemurs. When they commit errors, they don't win games. Game score tied now at 1. But in the losses on this road trip, the Lemurs have committed a lot of errors in those games. And as I mentioned, those losses, all close losses, or all close games. So you cut out the errors and you end up getting wins, but the Lemurs haven't been able to do that. There's a swing and a fly ball to right field towards the line. Castro's coming over. He'll settle under it, make the catch. Final out of the inning, but the damage was done as Ruby Silva flies out to left to end the inning. An error and a run scores. Lemurs now tied 1-1 with the Canaries.
Before your Memorial Day party gets going, drive over to Ashley Furniture Home Store this week for our best Memorial Day sale ever. Get dramatic price reduction store-wide or no interest until January 2021. Choose from sofas and sectionals, all at unbelievably low prices. Plus find savings on beds and amazing deals on dining rooms. It's our best Memorial Day sale ever, so don't wait. Hurry over to Ashley Furniture Home Store right now. Ashley Furniture Home Store. This is home. 4520 San Bernardo Avenue, Laredo, Texas, 956-712-2401. Subject to credit approval. Minimum monthly payments required. See store for details.
Core Business Solutions is a proud sponsor of Lemurs Baseball. Core Business Solutions services the 17 southernmost counties of Texas as well as areas of northern Mexico. They offer a wide range of high-tech solutions for businesses and organizations. Make Core Business Solutions your solution today.
Hey, ¿tienes algo que celebrar? ¿Que le salió el primer diente a tu hijo? ¿Que tu abuelita aprendió a tuitear? ¿Que cambiaste tu cheque? La respuesta es la misma. Pues un carnesazo. No importa lo que estés celebrando, lo que importa es que lo celebres. Pues con un carnesazo de H-E-B. En H-E-B encuentras gran variedad de cortes a precios bajos y de buena calidad. Carnesazo. Carne asada con ganas solo en H-E-B.
Falcon Bank and the Laredo Lemurs are a winning combination. At Falcon, they know what counts. Personalized service, attention to detail, and genuine commitment to helping customers achieve their dreams. Falcon Bank, guided by faith, grounded by family, and committed to you.
Miller invented light beer, the original light Pilsner, and that changed everything. This led to people wondering, L-I-T-E, that's how you spell light? Which led to people thumbing through their dictionaries, which led to there's got to be a better way to look up words, which led to the invention of spell check, which led to better resumes, promotions, celebrations, and happy hour. Miller Lite, we invented light beer and happy hour. You're welcome. 12 ounces contain 96 calories, 3.2 carbs, 1 protein, 0 fat. Great beer, great responsibility. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Chavarria's Plumbing's the #1 choice for any plumbing problem. Chavarria.
Andrew Castro leads off the inning for the Lemurs. And would have come to the plate with a runner on second last inning had Ty Morrison touched first base. He bunts at it, pulls it back though. They will appeal to see if he went through, and they say no. Ball 1. Castro today 0 for 1, flew out to center field his first time up against Ray Hansen. Hansen having a pretty solid start here, just the 1 run allowed so far through the first 3 innings. That was a solo home run to Jesus Pozo last inning. 1-0 pitch. Castro takes inside, 2 balls, no strikes. Castro now the hitter's count on him. Always ready to jump on a fastball and a hitter's count. Here comes the 2-0. He swings for the fences, but he doesn't make contact, and the count 2-1. He had that uppercut home run swing, but he just couldn't find it. So the count 2-1. Now the pitch. He'll bunt it again. This time down the third baseline it'll go, but foul. And the count 2-2 evens up. Castro will try often to get a bunt base hit. Anytime that third baseman's sitting back, he's going to try and lay it down last second, just throw it out there. Throw the bunt out and hope it lanes fair. 2 balls, 2 strikes, the count to him here. It's evened up. The break-even pitch. Castro swing and a miss, strike 3. 1 out in the inning. Dennis Phipps to the plate. Phipps today walked his only time up. First strikeout of the ball game, by the way, for Ray Hansen. So they'll string up one of the Ks here at the ballpark on their little K slide and slide it on down. First pitch to Dennis Phipps, taken outside. 1-0. Yeah, just to my the man walking down the stairs in front of the camera you just saw. Whenever a strikeout for the Canaries happens, right there on that, coming off that ledge where the stairs are. 1-0 pitch. Phipps with a swing and a miss. 1-1. They have a little track that goes down to the backstop. It hangs above the seats. It doesn't go all the way to the backstop, but the wire holding it does. And on that track, they string up Ks. If it's a strikeout swinging, obviously a frontwards K, and a strikeout looking, a backwards one. There's a swing and a grounder foul down the left side, and the count 1-2. It's pretty cool. One of those unique things. Every ballpark kind of has their own different, unique thing that they do. It's one of the things Sioux Falls does. No one else really does that. 1-2 the count to Phipps here. Hansen will wind in the pitch. Phipps takes high. Way high. Having to stand up and reach way up for it was Pear, the catcher. Coaching first base today, Abel Nieves for the Lemurs. Now the pitch, 2-2. Phipps takes low. 3 balls, 2 strikes, full count, 1 out. Top of the 4th. Lemurs and Canaries tied at 1. Hansen winds, and the 3-2 pitch to Phipps, taken up high, ball 4. He walks for the second time and will flip the bat over his head. Didn't go very far. He just kind of tossed it over his head, and he'll head down to first. And Zane Chavez to the plate. Chavez 0 for 1. Has 5 home runs, 26 runs batted in, and is hitting .268 for the Lemurs this season. Having a pretty good year at the plate offensively. Also doing well behind the plate defensively as usual. And the pitch, Chavez going to take for a strike, 0-1. It's a different year for Chavez at the plate. He's had a pretty good year, but it's a different year. Usually he's hitting a little bit higher than .268. But he also usually has fewer than 5 home runs. By the way, 5 home runs. The most he's ever hit in a season is 7. And that was in 2013 in the Carolina League with Frederick. Pitch taken high. Last year he hit 2. In 2014 he hit 6. Already in 35 games he's hit 5. He's a career .282 hitter, so that shows you where he's usually hitting. And in the American Association, a lot of times batting around the 300 mark. Last year, .288 hitter with Grand Prairie. But when he was in the American Association in 2011 and 2012 with Grand Prairie and El Paso, well, his first year with Grand Prairie, he hit .262, but with El Paso and Grand Prairie in 2012, combined to hit for .339. So the average a little lower than usual, at least at the moment. Still plenty of time for that to come up. But he's got a lot more home runs than he usually does. There's a pitch in the dirt. Phipps is moving up as it hit the dirt, rolled up the third base line a bit, and he'll reach on the wild pitch to second base. 1 ball, 1 strike to count to Chavez. I have every confidence that Chavez's average will come up over the course of the season as well. Not that .268 is bad. He's been sitting around the .270 mark this season. You'll take that, especially with his defensive abilities behind the plate. Pair went out, had a quick conversation with Hansen. Now gets back behind the dish. Pair and Chavez, former teammates last season with Grand Prairie. Chavez, the starting catcher. Pair, his backup. Phipps at second base, dancing around, and the 1-1 pitch. Chavez swings, hits one high in the air to deep center. Running back is Chapman, still on the run, still backing up, makes the catch. Now he's going to fire to third as tagging is Phipps. He'll come in standing up as the throw was offline a bit. I think you could tell it was offline as he was headed to the bag. Throw beat him, but still no shot to get him. 2 outs in the inning. Cesar Valera to the plate with a runner on third. Valera 0 for 1, flew out to center his first time up. Lemurs and Canaries tied at 1. Phipps getting a lead. 4 hits in the game for the Canaries, 2 for the Lemurs. Pitch to Valera, taken in the dirt, blocked by Pair. 1-0. Valera, who's been manning the hot corner for the Lemurs ever since Travis Danker was picked up by the Diamondbacks. He's done a pretty good job at the plate, filling in the void left by Danker. Pitch taken in the dirt. 2-0. Of course, doesn't have Danker's power. That's for certain. Although there's very few people in the American Association who will truly fill in for a guy like Danker. When Danker is on, when he's playing in this league, he's one of the top probably 5 hitters in the league, if not higher than that. 2-0 the count to Valera. Pitch. Valera swings, grounds one left side. That's going to be the shortstop Schmidt with it. He throws across the diamond, long throw, but it's in time to get Valera. The out made, inning over. Lemurs stranded runner at third. We go to the bottom of the 4th. Still tied 1-1. Lemurs and Canaries.
Chavarrias Plumbing's the #1 choice for any plumbing problem. Chavarrias is a full-service company with up-to-date technology, trained professionals. With over 30 years of service to the community, Chavarrias is still growing strong. Visit chavarriasplumbing.com and go Lemurs!
Getting hungry? Popeyes always hits the spot. Make sure to stop by any Popeyes location to try out Popeyes' new Smoky Garlic Chili Chicken Dinner. It includes 4 smoky garlic chicken tenderloins served with Popeye's new garlic herb dipping sauce, your choice of a signature side, and a buttermilk biscuit for just $4.99. Promotion starts Monday, May 25th.
South Texas families never strike out with Driscoll Health Plan. Catch the value-added services we pitch to our Medicaid members. Enjoy a free membership to specific boys and girls clubs. Receive gift cards for completing Texas healthcare checkups. Restrictions and limitations may apply. Visit us at DriscollHealthPlan.com.
Laredo Sports Medicine Clinic, the official team doctors of your Laredo Lemurs. Now with 2 convenient locations to better serve you. Our north location is located at 9652 McPherson Road, Suite 12. Our south location is located at 5102 State Highway 359. Laredo Sports Medicine offers an array of services from physical therapy to our newest service, orthopedic surgery. Laredo Sports Medicine Clinic is changing orthopedic care one athlete at a time. Visit our website at laredosportsmed.com for more information.
For all of your vehicle collision repair and paint needs, there's only one place to turn, Mike's Paint Place. Mike's Paint Place has computerized color matching and digital imaging. They also do full frame and suspension repairs. Stop by and see Mike's Paint Place today at 6410 Polaris Drive in Laredo.
Osney Guillen to the plate. Batting from the left side. Infield playing from the pool. He squares around. The pitch called strike as he pulled the bat back. The count 0-1. Guillen 1 for 1 today with a single through the left side of the infield. Oh, and 1 the count. The pitch. Swinging a foul. Little tapper behind the plate. And the count 0-2. Navarre on the hill for his 4th inning of work today. 2nd start of his pro career. And he's looked good as a starter, that's for sure. If you're, I doubt many are listening, if any, but if you're a scout for a big league ball club, swinging a grounder left side through the hole, down the line actually, Guillen's going to dig for second, and the throw will come into the infield after he's already reached as it goes to third. Guillen with a leadoff double. But Navarre, a guy who's proven himself in the bullpen this season for the Lemurs. Shown he can throw upper 90s, hit 100 on occasion. And now as a starter, throwing mid-90s. And so far has been pretty effective as a starter. Just his 2nd start now, like I said, of his pro career. So hasn't really settled into it as a starter, but still has had solid results so far. And Cameron Monger to the plate. Monger 1 for 1 with a single. The pitch, Monger's going to bunt it right down the third baseline. It'll be foul. Valera picks it up in foul territory. 0-1 the count as they try to push the runner to third. 1-1 the score. The 1 run for the Canaries that scored was on an error. Ground ball that should have ended the inning right to Pulfer. Got through his legs. So the score should be 1-0, but unearned runs haunting the Lemurs as they have all road trip long. 0-1 pitch. Monger's going to take. Check swing. Didn't go through the zone, so they're not bunting that time. But they were acting as if he was. Rondon was racing towards third base. 1 ball, 1 strike. I thought maybe they'd go with the fake move where you send one of those middle infielders to either third or first and then have the other crash in behind last second, try and catch the runner unawares with a pickoff move. 1-1 the count. Monger again bunting. It comes inside. The count 2-1. But Navarre showing off he can do a multitude of things here. And a lot of there's certain things big league teams look for in a player, whether they're drafting a guy or listing a guy on their top prospects list, trading for a guy, or picking a guy up out of independent ball. Swing, hard ground ball left side, hits the lip on the infield, into left field. Castro's going to fire it into the infield. Now they're going to try and get Monger over at first base as he rounded it really far. They're going to say Monger got back to the bag in time, diving head first, as Castro fired it to the infield to cut off the runner from third, but he held up. Rondon thought they got Monger at first base. Single. Monger 2 for 2. And Michael Pear to the plate. He walked his first time up. Runners in the corners. Pete and Caviglia coming out of the dugout to go talk to Navarre, Lemurs manager. No one's been, actually no, he's going to come out and argue with the umpires. But when you're looking at a pitcher, a lot of teams, they look for the big arm. You know, they want the guy that throws mid-upper 90s. You look at a top 100 prospects list, those are the guys that are on those lists, the pitchers that throw mid-upper 90s most of the time. And then they want the big, powerful bats. You know, the guys who can just hit bombs. Pete's done out there on the field. Osni Guillen came in from third base to the dugout, not really sure what he's doing. He's grabbing a drink of water. That looks like what he's doing. Now he's going to have to hustle back to third. But they look for these different tools. For a pitcher, one of those is fastball velocity. There's guys who throw upper 90s who have bounced around from team to team in the minor leagues and stick around just because they throw upper 90s. I could see a guy like Navarre could definitely be one of those guys. Throw over to first. Back diving is Monger. Throws a little bit wide. But he has to get picked up again. It's over at first. Now he comes to a set. And the pitch. On the outside corner, off-speed stuff. And then the count 0-1 to the batter, Michael Pear. Pear at the plate for the second time tonight. Walked his first time up. Runners on the corners. No outs in the inning. Lemurs Canaries tied at 1 here in the bottom of the fourth. Lemurs trying to get their first win of the series. Lost game 1 last night. They're having a 2-run lead going into the bottom of the ninth. Swing ground ball towards Poso, the first baseman. He's going to grab it, go to second with it. Now they're going to go to the plate, and they will gun down the runner from third. Double play ball. And it's a 3-6-2 double play. That is possibly the most unconventional double play I've ever seen. But it was perfect for the Lemurs as Poso fielded it. It took him towards the mound. So kind of towards second base as well. It was in. So he was able to freeze the runner at third, not wanting to get thrown out at the plate. He then threw it to second base. And when he threw it to second base to try to start that double play, the runner from third ran home. So it was late for him to go. And the batter, Michael Pear, probably would have beaten out a throw anyways to first had Rondon gone to first with it. So his only play was at home, and that was to keep the run off the board. Pitched low for a ball to B.J. Gwynn, and they did so. Kept the run off the board as they gunned down Osni Guillen. So 2 outs, runner on first. Gwynn at the plate 0 for 1. And the pitch taken low. 2-0. Very rarely do I write in my book a double play on a fielder's choice. Usually it's just ground ball, double play, and that runner is put out whoever hit it. But the man who hit it, Pear, reached base, pitched low. 3 balls, no strikes, the count to Navarre, or the count to Gwynn, Navarre on the hill. Although Navarre today, he has given up 6 hits so far, so number of hits for the Canaries, but the base running not the greatest. Pitch down and in, ball 4. And Zane Chavez and his arm, the Lemurs defense, has helped bail Navarre out a couple times as he gave up singles in the second to start off the inning, but each runner was caught stealing. And now this inning, that nifty double play there helped, well, possibly get Navarre out of the jam. It kept 1 run off the board and put him in position to get out of the inning without giving up any runs. We'll see if he can end up doing that. Proceeded to walk the next batter, BJ Gwynn. Now Ethan Chapman, who's 0 for 1 today, to the plate. Chapman popped out foul territory to Valera at third. That walk, the second issued by Navarre tonight. Runners on first and second. The first pitch, taken for a strike, 0-1. At second base is Pear. At first base is Gwynn. 2 outs on the inning. 1-1 ball game. Sun setting here in Sioux Falls. A couple of different shades of blue. Some darker, some lighter. Almost a purple color out there in the sky. A few small clouds out in the distance. Wind blowing in from right field. 0-1 the count, and the pitch taken in the dirt. 1-1. Ball blocked by Chavez. Poso and Chavez been trading off who gets to play first and who gets to catch each ball game. Poso today getting the start at first base. Count 1-1 to Chapman. And the pitch taken low. 2-1. Rondon was racing to the bag at second, trying to get the pick off of the runner. But Navarre went plateward with it. He then afterwards had to try and get into somewhat of a position to be able to field the ground ball. So he ran out in front of the runner at second base, Michael Pear. 2 balls and a strike. Now Chapman will call time at the plate. Navarre from the stretch kicks and fires. 2-1 pitch. Off-speed pitch finds the zone. Middle of the plate. Belly high, and the count 2-2. Definitely a smaller crowd than last night. Still a solid crowd, though, here in Sioux Falls. Last night it was 4,600. And then a few odd numbers. Pitched low. 3 balls, 2 strikes, full count to Chapman. 2 outs in the inning. Runners at first and second. They'll be moving on the pitch. Lemurs, Canaries, tied at 1. Navarre trying to get out of the inning. He's already had a double play ball this inning to get him the first 2 outs. Now he just needs 1 more. Could happen here on this pitch. 3-2 pitch. There go the runners. Outside, ball 4. So Navarre's walked 2 batters this inning. And he's loaded the bases. In fact, he's walked the last 2 batters. 2 hits and 2 walks in the inning. And there's bases loaded with 2 outs. Top of the order, Blake Schmidt. Schmidt 1 for 2 with a single and a run scored. Also a stolen bag today. Bottom of the 4th, tie game. Navarro with the pitch. Schmidt swing and a miss. 0-1. Navarro not quite as sharp as he was in his first start of his career back in Gary. Here tonight in his second start of his pro career. 0-1 pitch taken low. 1 ball, 1 strike. Navarro got the win in that game. Coming up big for the Lemurs against Taylor Black and the Railcats. Pitch fouled off to the screen. Count 1-2. Schmidt down in the count. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Navarro 1 pitch away again from getting out of the inning. He had 2 strikes on Chapman. Ended up walking him. Chapman at first, Gwynn at second, Pair at third. Top of the order here with Schmidt. Navarro on the first base side of the rubber. The 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Navarro pumped as he heads to the dugout. Lemurs come to the plate in the top of the 5th. Game tied 1-1, Lemurs and Canaries.
I'd like to imagine that if you're listening to this, it's on a radio in a backyard in between innings. The grass was mowed this morning, and the grill smells like heaven. And what do you know? Your friends just arrived with a 24-pack of Miller Lite, along with a few new friends to enjoy them with. Here's hoping we're right, and you're not just stuck in traffic. Here's hoping it's Miller time.
Great beer, great responsibility. 2015 Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
We'd like to imagine that if you're listening to this, it's on a radio in a backyard in between innings. The grass was mowed this morning, and the grill smells like heaven. And what do you know? Your friends just arrived with a 24-pack of Miller Lite, along with a few new friends to enjoy them with. Here's hoping we're right, and you're not just stuck in traffic. Here's hoping it's Miller time.
Great beer, great responsibility. 2015 Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
There's a reason why Popeyes creates some of the best tasting chicken in the world. We were born in New Orleans, Louisiana, the land of good fun and great cooking. Spicy flavor is a way of life in New Orleans, and everything we make reflects it. From our Popeyes bona fide chicken and handcrafted tenders to our home-style mashed potatoes with Cajun gravy and our soft, buttery biscuits, everything we make is made with care and served up fresh. Only at Popeyes.
Quench your thirst at a Lemurs game with a beverage from Southern Distributing Company. Try mainstays like Miller Lite, Miller 64, and Coors Original, or reach for a Red's Apple Ale or Leinenkugel. Batch 19's the newcomer, a pre-prohibition beer inspired by the last batches of beer brewed before 1919.
Driscoll Health Plan loads the bases with value. We knock it out of the park with all the value-added services we bring to our Medicaid members. Driscoll family.
J.D. Pulfer leads off the inning for the Lemurs. Pulfer 0 for 1 with a ground out to third so far tonight. As Ray Hansen out there on the mound having his best start of the season so far. First pitch down and in. One and 0. The pitch taken down and away for a ball. 2 balls, no strikes. So Pulfer ahead in the count quickly here against Hansen. A tall righty fires away. Pulfer swings, pops one up the elevator shaft behind home plate as it drifts back towards the seats against the backstop. Pear making the falling catch right at the backstop. Pull for put away. I couldn't even see it. Fans were standing up in the way. He kind of lunged for it. Didn't quite fall to the ground, but it looked like he would. Making the catch, 1 out in the inning. Poso to the plate, 1 for 1 with a solo home run today. Right-handed hitting first baseman today for the Lemurs. First pitch missing to Poso, 1-0. Poso had a 3-2 count on him when he hit that home run back in the 3rd inning, giving the Lemurs a momentary 1-0 lead. Game tied at 1 right now. Pitch inside, 2-0. Lemurs with just 2 hits in the ballgame. Poso with 1 of them. 2-0 pitch, called a strike. Canaries so far with 6. They've had opportunities, but some poor base running has cost them here. 2-1 delivery, Poso taking down and away, 3-1. Hanson not giving Poso anything to hit here, but now down 3-1 in the count. Gonna have to throw something near the zone, or else walk Poso. The man they call Panda. 3-1 delivery. Poso takes outside, and there's ball 4. He'll head down to first. 3rd walk of the ball game issued by Hanson. The first 2 were of Dennis Phipps. And Alvaro Rondon to the plate. Public address announcer calling him Alvaro Rondon. It's not his name. I think I get it right every time, but a little closer than Alvaro Rondon. Pitch in the zone for a strike at the knees.
Very special happy Canaries birthday, Sweet 9 of Patty Hansen.
0-1. There are some tough names in the league. Rondon, though, is not, in my opinion, one of the tougher ones. In fact, I don't think our team really has that many difficult names on it. 0-1 the count. Hanson delivers plateward, taken low. 1 ball, 1 strike. There's a few names. You know, like Jimmy Norris, really tough name. Struggle with that one. 1-1 pitch. Swinging a foul away, left side. Rondon just getting a piece of it. One and 2 the count to him here, switching to shortstop, batting from the left side. And the pitch, Rondon swings, hits it hard down the first baseline, but foul. It hops up into some of the seats down the right field line, and the count 1-2. The thing I find interesting about this ballpark here in Sioux Falls is that it's really a small facility. A lot of the ballparks around the league you can walk, as the 1-2 pitch swung on and hit into shallow left center. That ball is falling quickly, and it's in for a hit. Poso read it well off the bat and just charged for second. Had he waited till it dropped, he would have been thrown out, as that ball was barely out of the infield. Rondon with a single. Runners on first and second for the Lemurs, 1 out. And Drew Martinez to the plate, 0 for 2 in the game. But like our ballpark, you can walk all the way around the ballpark, staying in the ballpark, on the sidewalk around the park. There's benches in the outfield. There's the outfield berm. Same with most of the ballparks in the league. There's either a berm out in the outfield or even some bleachers, something like that. You can walk all the way around the park. But here in Sioux Falls, you can't do that. You have some seats, some picnic tables, something like that out in right field. A little bit into right field. And the same in the left field, so kind of a patio type of setting. Definition of a short porch, literally a porch out there. Pitch called a strike to Martinez down the each line, but that's it. It stops there. You can't go any further. In fact, you can see the light poles. That's where those porches end. Is at the light pole, that first light pole. 0-1 the count. And the pitch. Martinez grounds it right side to the second baseman, Perez. He throws to second for one, over to first. Double play, and that'll end the inning. 4-6-3. Double play, and we go to the bottom of the fifth. Lemurs and Canaries still tied at 1.
Please cheer on the Grand Slam packages, sports physicals, free memberships to Boys and Girls Clubs, and dental care for pregnant women over 21. Take a swing at our baby showers offered by Cadena de Madre. Forget those peanuts and Cracker Jacks, root for our baby blankets and more. Come slide into home when you receive gift cards for completing Texas Health Steps checkups and attending postpartum visits on time. Don't miss a play. Restrictions and limits may apply. Visit DriscollHealthPlan.com.
The Chop House Cheddar Burger is back at Whataburger.
First of all, you start with a large bun, 2 patties, shredded cheddar cheese,
The creamy sauce,
creamy steak sauce. My personal favorite part is the onions, the grilled onions and bacon.
grilled perfection.
It's good stuff. Love it.
You take a bite. It's hard to describe. It's hard to put into words. The Chop House Cheddar Burger.
Chop House Cheddar Burger. It's back.
I don't have anything else to compare it to. It's the best out there, I think.
The Chop House Cheddar Burger is back.
Only at Whataburger and only for a limited time.
Miller invented light beer, the original light Pilsner, and that changed everything. This led to fewer guys with beer bellies, which led to more women attracted to those guys, which led to dates, second dates, wedding bells, and honeymoons, which led to hubbada, boom, which led to you. Miller Lite, we invented light beer, and you're welcome. 12 ounces contain 96 calories, 3.2 carbs, 1 protein, 0 fat. Great beer, great responsibility. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Texas Outlaw Grill is a proud sponsor of your Laredo Lemurs, specializing in outlaw delicacies such as the Texican, the Gringo, and the Bandit Hot Dog and their ever-famous barbecue burger. Be the first to try their groundbreaking Cabrito Hamburger and Cabrito Hot Dog. For all to-go orders, catering, and fundraising information, go by 5209 Springfield Suite number 4 or call 956-771-1919. That's Texas Outlaw Grill.
Jose Navarro on for a 5th inning of work here for the Lemurs, bottom of the 5th. Lemurs and Canaries tied at 1. Darwin Perez leads off the inning. He squares around a bunt. It's right at Valera. He charges in, throws to first in time. It was just too hard of a bunt for Perez to reach. And right at Valera. He didn't have to come in far. David Bergen to the plate, DH. One out, no one on. So the double play ball off the bat of Martinez ended the last inning for the Lemurs. First pitch in the dirt for a ball, 1-0 to Bergen, who is 1 for 2 tonight. He reached on an error in the 3rd. That error which scored a runner. Pitch down and away. 2-0. So I was talking last inning about this ballpark. On the other side of the wall, it's in right field a road, and in left field a parking lot. And the intersection is in center. 2-0 the count. Bergen's going to step out. So there's no real seats to hit it into, except for those little patios there down the right field line and left field line if you hit it over the wall for a home run. 2-0 pitch. Fouled away. There's no real kind of berm or even walkway to hit it onto. It's pretty much wall. In center field, there's some space between the wall and the outer wall of the park. I guess that's where they put some of the field maintenance equipment. There's a gate back there. Congratulations to that person in front of us who just yelled it's her birthday. Pitch inside 3-0. Sorry, 3-1. To Bergen. Wind still blowing in from right. And the pitch. Low. Ball 4. So Bergen at first with one out in the inning. Navarre kind of pitching around him. And Ruby Silva. Silva to the plate. Lefty batter from Cuba. First pitch missing for a ball, 1-0. Came over to the United States in 2011. Part of the Cubs organization. At the age of 22. He made it up to Double-A with the Cubs. Actually made it to Triple-A with the Cubs. In 2015, last year, played 98 games in the Cubs organization at Triple-A Iowa. Pitch swung on, fouled away. The outfielder, and boy, to be in the Cubs organization, especially at AAA last year and playing in that many AAA games, 98 games, pitch inside. And the count 2-1. Cubs have a pretty loaded farm system. It's surprising he hasn't been picked up by another affiliated team. Although he went to go play this season in the Mexican League. Appeared in 24 games, did not play very well though, as he hit 194 with no home runs. Though not really a home run hitter, his best home run hitting season was in 2013 with Tennessee. He hit 15 home runs for the Smokies while hitting 284 at Double-A. Overall at Double-A, a 298 hitter, pitch taken low. In fact, in 2015 at Triple-A with the Cubs, he hit 282 with 11 home runs that year. So a guy who can really swing the bat. Just didn't this year when he was in Mexico.
Give me $10 and you can have it. $10 and you can have it.
3 balls, 1 strike, the count to Silva. Runner on first. Navarre looks over as he comes set. Silva with the black-barreled bat swings, hits it down the left field line. It'll be foul, though, into the Lemurs bullpen. And the count full, 3-2, with 1 away. No one throwing in the Lemurs pen right now. Navarre from the stretch kicks and fires. Swing liner back at him. He ducks out of the way. Rondon standing behind the bag at second, picks it up, tags the bag, throws to first. Inning ending 6-3 double play. That ball almost nailed Navarre in the face, but he ducked under it. And we go to the top of the sixth. Lemurs and Canaries still tied at 1.
Before your Memorial Day party gets going, drive over to Ashley Furniture Home Store this week for our best Memorial Day sale ever. Get dramatic price reductions store-wide or no interest until January 2021. Choose from sofas and sectionals, all at unbelievably low prices. Plus, find savings on beds and amazing deals on dining rooms. It's our best Memorial Day sale ever, so don't wait. Hurry over to Ashley Furniture Home Store right now. Ashley Furniture Home Store. This is home. 4520 San Bernardo Avenue, Laredo, Texas, 956-712-2401. Subject to credit approval. Minimum monthly payments required. See store for details.
Core Business Solutions is a proud sponsor of Lemurs Baseball. Core Business Solutions services the 17 southernmost counties of Texas as well as areas of northern Mexico. They offer a wide range of high-tech solutions for businesses and organizations. Make Core Business Solutions your solution today.
Hey, ¿tienes algo que celebrar? ¿Que le salió el primer diente a tu hijo? ¿Que tu abuelita aprendió a tuitear? ¿Que cambiaste tu cheque? La respuesta es la misma. Pues un carnesazo. No importa lo que estés celebrando, lo que importa es que lo celebres. Pues con un carnesazo de H-E-B. En H-E-B encuentras gran variedad de cortes a precios bajos y de buena calidad. Carnesazo. Carne asada con ganas solo en H-E-B.
Falcon Bank and the Laredo Lemurs are a winning combination. At Falcon, they know what counts. Personalized service, attention to detail, and genuine commitment to helping customers achieve their dreams. Falcon Bank, guided by faith, grounded by family, and committed to you.
Miller invented light beer, the original light Pilsner, and that changed everything. This led to people wondering, L-I-T-E, that's how you spell light? Which led to people thumbing through their dictionaries, which led to there's got to be a better way to look up words, which led to the invention of spell check, which led to better resumes, promotions, celebrations, and happy hour. Miller Lite, we invented light beer and happy hour. You're welcome. 12 ounces contain 96 calories, 3.2 carbs, 1 protein, 0 fat. Great beer, great responsibility. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Chavarria's Plumbing's the #1 choice for any plumbing problem. Chavarria's is a full-service company with up-to-date technology, trained professionals. With over 30 years of service to the community, Chavarria's is still growing strong. Visit chavarriasplumbing.com and go Lemurs!
Getting hungry? Pop.
Ty Morrison leads off the inning for the Lemurs. First pitch taken on the outside corner, a called strike. Morrison today 0 for 2. He had a double for a second. They appealed to first base saying he didn't touch the base, and the umpires agreed. 0-1 pitch on the outside corner again, count 0-2. Lemurs Canaries tied at 1 here in the top of the 6th inning. Both runs coming in the 3rd inning for each team. Pitch taken low. 1-2. The 1 run for the Canaries came on an error. And the 1 run for the Lemurs, a solo home run. And the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a fly ball in the air to left field towards the warning track, just in front of it. Reaching out is Monger, making the catch as he runs towards the line. 1 away. Leandro Castro to the plate, 0 for 2. Fly out and a strikeout. Castro, the right-handed hitter, against the righty pitcher Hansen, who's definitely had his best start of the year. I mentioned he came in with an ERA of 10. Having allowed 15 runs, 13 earned over 11 1/3 innings in his first 2 starts combined. So far, 5 1/3 innings of just allowing 1 run. The pitch. Castro swings, hits it hard down the third baseline. It's fair. Into the left field corner it goes. Castro's rounding first. He's headed to second, and it looks like he's going to pull up there at second base. He will, with a 1-out double. Castro gets the double here in the 6th, and Dennis Phipps will come to the plate. Phipps, for the first time, will be at the plate with someone on base. He led off the 2nd and was up with no one on and 1 out in the 4th. Now he has a runner on 2nd with 1 out in the inning. He's 0 for 0 today. He's been walked twice. Phipps playing right field tonight for the Lemurs. As Laredo's been batting their 4 outfielders now for a while. Every single night. The pitch, Phipps swing and a miss. 0-1. Chased it a little low. They bat their 4 outfielders, 3 out in the field, and 1's the DH, kind of rotating it around a little bit. Typically, Martinez will start in center, and then either Phipps, Castro, or Morrison will DH. 0-1 the count. Castro a lead at second base, no one holding him on. Perez kind of creeped in at the last second. Pitch in the dirt, goes up the first baseline a little bit, but Pear tracks it down. Castro playing it safe, not going anywhere at second base. And the count 1-1. Top of the 6th inning. I realize never gave you a scoreboard update in the 4th or in the 5th. So let's take a look now. They had a rain delay in Fargo, but they're back playing again. Top of the 3rd. Fargo Moorhead Redhawks and Winnipeg Goldeyes tied at 1. Hansen looks over at second a couple times. And the pitch. Surprised Phipps never called time. It's low, and the count 2-1. Lincoln right now in Wichita. The Salt Dogs trailing the Wingnuts 4-2. Bottom of the 6th there. Sioux City, after getting just stomped on last night by St. Paul, is winning tonight as the Explorers have an 8-5 lead over the Saints, bottom of the 5th there. Joplin Blasters trailing at home by a score of 4-3. The Texas Airhogs, bottom of the 4th in Joplin. And at home, the Kansas City T-Bones trailing the Gary South Shore Railcats 7-2, bottom of the 7th. I mentioned Sioux City lost last night. I think the final was 15-0. I think. They tweeted out last night, or today, actually, something that was absolutely hilarious. It's the count 2-1 to Dennis Phipps. And the pitch, Phipps gonna swing, hit one high in the air to deep left field. That ball could get out of here, and it will. It sails on over everything. A 2-run home run for Dennis Phipps, his 11th of the season, and that puts the Lemurs on top, 3-1. Castro jumps on home plate. Phipps still rounding the bases, is headed home. High fives, Gibby Vellaquayar on his way to the plate. He'll just simply touch it with his foot. As he and Castro celebrated at the plate, I'm sure they'll get mobbed as they come in the dugout. Phipps on the 2-1 pitch jumped all over it, pulling it out to left field. And Zane Chavez to the plate with the score now 3-1 Lemurs. Hansen now running into trouble as Chavez hits one hard down the first baseline, but Guillen makes a great play over there. Scoops it up and tags the bag himself. Boy, he had a quick reaction. That's a athletic third baseman playing first base and showing off his fielding skills. So Lemurs up 3-1, 2 outs. Here in the top of the 6th, Cesar Valera at the plate. And the pitch to Valera inside. So the tweet that the Explorers sent out today, 1-0 pitch, swing, ground ball left side, diving, scooping it up is the third baseman, Gwynn. He throws the first in time. I'll tell you that tweet in a minute. 5-3, the put out of Valera. Out number 3 in the inning. Lemurs got a couple of extra base hits, a double by Castro, followed by a home run by Phipps, and they lead 3-1. We go to the bottom of the 6th here in Sioux Falls. Lemurs leading the Canaries.
Popeyes always hits the spot. Make sure to stop by any Popeyes location to try out Popeyes' new Smoky Garlic Chili Chicken Dinner. It includes 4 smoky garlic chicken tenderloins served with Popeyes' new garlic herb dipping sauce, your choice of a signature side, and a buttermilk biscuit for just $4.99. Promotion starts Monday, May 25th.
South Texas families never strike out with Driscoll Health Plan. Catch the value-added services we pitch to our Medicaid members. Enjoy a free membership to specific boys and girls clubs. Receive gift cards for completing Texas healthcare checkups. Restrictions and limitations may apply. Visit us at DriscollHealthPlan.com.
Laredo Sports Medicine Clinic, the official team doctors of your Laredo Lemurs. Now with 2 convenient locations to better serve you. Our north location is located at 9652 McPherson Road, Suite 12. Our south location is located at 5102 State Highway 359. Laredo Sports Medicine offers an array of services from physical therapy to our newest service, orthopedic surgery. Laredo Sports Medicine Clinic is changing orthopedic care one athlete at a time. Visit our website at laredosportsmed.com for more information.
For all of your vehicle collision repair and paint needs, there's only one place to turn, Mike's Paint Place. Mike's Paint Place has computerized color matching and digital imaging. They also do full frame and suspension repairs. Stop by and see Mike's Paint Place today at 6410 Polaris Drive in Laredo.
We'd like to imagine that if you're listening to this, it's on a radio in a backyard in between innings. The grass was mowed this morning, and the grill smells like heaven. And what do you know? Your friends just arrived with a 24-pack of Miller Lite, along with a few new friends to enjoy them with. Here's hoping we're right, and you're not just stuck in traffic. Here's hoping it's Miller time.
Great beer, great responsibility. 2015 Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Osnegian leads off the inning. First pitch from Navarre, swung on, fouled away, and I'll get you in suspense long enough. Sioux Falls today made us chuckle. They said, anyone have a map to St. Paul? Saints took us out behind the woodshed last night, and we need to get back to the park for game 2, first pitch at 7:05, which someone tweeted at them a map. They dropped a pin on it on the Saints ballpark, pitch called a strike, and Sioux City retweeted it. It was bad. It was a bad score last night, but that tweet was worth it. Oh, 0-2. The count right now to Guillen. Guillen today, 1 for 2, single, double. So far in the game. Pitch swung on and line foul down the third baseline. Just stuck the bat out there and made contact with it. Boy, Navarre. Never mind. I thought the radar gun said 96. I was like, boy, Navarre hit 96 in the 6th inning of a start. But it says 46, and that was the umpire throwing the ball back to him. 0-2 pitch, down and in. 1-2. Speaking of umpires throwing the ball back, the radar gun picks up everything going either way, from home plate or to home plate. Typically. Sometimes it doesn't pick up the from home plate, but a lot of times it does. 2-2 pitch, swing and pop up. Left side, Valera, Rondon tracking it, foul territory. Valera, the third baseman, is going to make the catch. 1 out in the inning. We had an umpire a couple weeks ago who was firing some darts back to the pitchers. Be curious to see how hard he was throwing it back to him. Not that he was hitting it into the 80s or anything, but he definitely threw it harder than every other umpire in the league. Cameron Monger, 1 for 1 or 2 for 2 today with singles each time. He was caught stealing once and part of a double play another time. That's how he's been put out today after reaching on his singles. The first pitch to Monger, high. 1-0. No activity in the Lemurs pen as Jose Navarre going into the 6th inning. And boy, they really needed this. Lemurs bullpen's been worked a lot here lately, so any innings Navarre can throw, the more the better. Time called to the plate by Monger. One ball, no strikes the count. Navarre's last pitch at 94, so still sitting mid-90s. Fires that in for a strike, 1-1. Darkness descending at the ballpark here now. It's a dark blue skies. 1-1 pitch inside to Monger. 2-1. Wind still blowing in from right, the flag out there. We have some little colored flags, yellow and blue, around the ballpark as well. Those triangular flags that they have scattered around the outfield walls. Pitch outside, he checks his swing. They'll appeal, say he didn't go, and the count now 3-1. Also out beyond the right field wall, you can't see it on the video feed, but there is a giant flag across the street a little ways from one of the businesses right near the ballpark. It's huge, huge American flag. 3-1 pitch on the inside corner, full count, 3 balls, 2 strikes. Plenty of flags to determine which way the wind is blowing, that's for sure, here in Sioux Falls. 3 balls, 2 strikes, full count, 1 out, no one on. Bottom of the 6th, Lemurs lead 3-1 over the Canaries. Navarre with the payoff pitch, swinging a fly ball high in the air to the right side and out of play. The count stays full. Count still 3-2. Infield playing Monger pretty much straight up, slightly shifted from the pool, about 3 or 4 steps, but nothing too extreme. And Navarro with a 3-2 pitch, down low for a ball. Monger started going down the third baseline, and he stopped and looked back, because I think he thought he was about to be called up or called out, but he gets the walk. 5th walk issued by Navarre tonight. And Michael Pear to the plate. Runner on first base, 1 out. Pear digs in. Navarre from the stretch and the pitch. Pear taking strike at the knees and the count 0-1. Pear, a pretty well-traveled indie baller, 27 years of age. He's played in a number of leagues. Navarre delivers the 0-1 pitch. Pear fouls it away, 0-2. Started his career in 2012 in the North American Baseball League with San Angelo and Rio Grande Valley, split time between those two teams. 2013, though, he's in the Frontier League with Gateway. And then 2014, he was in the United League with Fort Worth. Then last year, he split time between Florence in the Frontier League and Grand Prairie here in the American Association. 0-2 pitch, swing, and a one-hopper hard hit at Pulfer. He backhand flips it to short, or to second where Rondon was covering. It goes over Rondon's head. Another error by Pulfer today, and the runner, Monger, goes all the way to third. And now Ben Moore's going to come out of the dugout, make a mound visit. Runners on the corners, 1 out after what probably should have been a double play ball. Ball was smoked at Pulfer. He actually had to back up on it as it was going to take a hop not too far in front of him. And you thought once he fielded it that the tough part of it was over for him, but he got out of his glove quickly and did this backhand shovel flip type of deal towards second base, but it wasn't accurate to Rondon. And no outs recorded. So runners in the corners to the plate. BJ Gwynn was 0 for 1 with a walk in the ball game. Gwynn, a former member of the Padres organization. And no, not Gwynn as in Tony. Pitch swung on, fouled away. Former Padre great, Hall of Famer. Passed away a couple years ago, but Gwynn spelled G-U-I-N-N. Drafted a couple times, 10th round pick in 2007 by the White Sox out of Berkeley High School. He chose to go to school at UCLA. Pitch up high. Sorry. Cal, not UCLA. University of California, Berkeley. Was drafted in 2010 out of Cal in the 11th round by the Padres. Made it up to Double-A. Was there last year, his first year in Double-A. Pitch up and out of the zone. 2-1 the count to Gwynn. Played 9 games, though, at Double-A San Antonio last season. Sorry, in 2014. Didn't play anywhere last year, actually. But last year was in 2014 was with San Antonio, Lake Elsinore, and the Arizona affiliate for the Padres, Arizona League rookie ball. Only played in a total of 24 games, though. Pitch outside. 3 balls, 1 strike the count. Gwynn, not much of a home run guy. Total of 6 career home runs in 331 games in his career in the Padres system. And he spent a lot of time at High A in the Cal League, or a little bit of time. Pitch on the outside corner, a called strike. Count full, 3 balls, 2 strikes to BJ Gwynn. California native. Infielder. 1 out in the inning, runners on first and third. 3-1 the score. Lemurs lead the Canaries here in the bottom of the 6th. Navarre from the stretch with the 3-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Navarre gets the big strikeout, and there's 2 outs in the inning. Ethan Chapman to the plate, 0 for 1 with a walk. Strikeout number 4 tonight for Navarre. He's had some pretty big ones. That strikeout right there, 2 men on and just 1 out. That's a big strikeout. And in the 4th inning, he had the bases loaded with 2 outs and got a strikeout to end the inning. Navarre with the pitch at the knees, 0-1. So walks a little higher tonight than they were his first start. Strikeouts a little bit lower. But he's still getting through it so far, just allowing the 1 run. Trying to get out through this 6th inning. Runners in the corners. Pair at first. Monger at third. Throw over to first. Pair dives back in. Still an 0-1 count to the batter, Chapman. Navarre from the stretch. And the 0-1 pitch, swinging a foul away, left side. 0-2. Chapman, the left-handed hitter. 9th batter in the order for the Canaries. Last night was 0 for 3, reached twice, once on an error, once on a walk. And that walk was in the 9th inning. He was the tying run last night for the Canaries in their walk-off win. 0-2 pitch, Chapman swing, and he just gets a piece of it. Will roll towards the Canaries on-deck circle there along the first base dugout. That little path. Count still 0-2. Navarro looking for another strikeout. There is someone throwing in the Lemurs pen. Chapman digs back in. Navarro trying to put him away. Runners getting their leads. Not off by much. 0-2 the count. Navarro with the 0-2. Swing grounder towards first. Poso is there, and they call foul off the foot. Actually, it hit Chapman's foot. So we'll do it again. Chapman staying alive, although his foot is in pain. Chapman, 26 years old. Spent time in the Royals organization. Went to Cal State, San Bernardino. Drafted 30th round in 2012. He's from Upland, California. Made it up to Double-A in the Royal system. He swings and hits one. Little blooper towards short into shallow left. And a run will score as Rondon was playing Chapman to pull. Couldn't quite get to it in time. Neither could Castro out in left field. And a run comes across. It's 3-2 now. RBI single. And to the top of the order we go. Blake Schmidt to the plate. Chapman just barely got a piece of it. Just blooped it in the shallow left field. Schmidt today, 1 for 3 with a strikeout, single, and a run scored. Pitch will come inside and hit Schmidt on his little piece of body armor on his left arm. That'll load the bases. And Nick Gavilia is going to come out of the dugout, Lemurs manager, and we'll have a pitching change. So Navarro's day is done. Couldn't quite get through the 6th. He leaves with the bases loaded. In the bottom of the 6th, Lemurs leading 3-2 over the Canaries. We'll be back with a new pitcher here in a moment.
There's a reason why Popeyes creates some of the best tasting chicken in the world. We were born in New Orleans, Louisiana, the land of good fun and great cooking. Spicy flavor is a way of life in New Orleans, and everything we make reflects it. From our Popeyes bona fide chicken and handcrafted tenders to our home-style mashed potatoes with Cajun gravy and our soft, buttery biscuits, everything we make is made with care and served up fresh. Only at Popeyes.
Quench your thirst at a Lemurs game with a beverage from Southern Distributing Company. Try mainstays like Miller Lite, Miller 64, and Coors Original, or reach for a Red's Apple Ale or Leinenkugel. Batch 19's the newcomer, a pre-prohibition beer inspired by the last batches of beer brewed before 1919.
Driscoll Health Plan loads the bases with value. We knock it out of the park with all the value-added services we bring to our Medicaid members. Driscoll families cheer on the Grand Slam packages, sports physicals, free memberships to Boys and Girls Clubs, and dental care for pregnant women over 21. Take a swing at our baby showers offered by Cadena de Madre. Forget those peanuts and Cracker Jacks, root for our baby blankets and more. Come slide into home when you receive gift cards for completing Texas Health Steps checkups and attending postpartum visits on time. Don't miss a play. Restrictions and limits may apply. Visit DriscollHealthPlan.com.
The Chop House Cheddar Burger is back at Whataburger.
First of all, you start with a large bun, 2 patties,
Shredded cheddar cheese.
The creamy sauce.
Creamy steak sauce.
my personal favorite part is the onions, the grilled onions and bacon.
Grilled perfection.
It's good stuff. Love it.
You take a bite. It's hard to describe. It's hard to put into words.
The Chop House Cheddar Burger.
Chop House.
New pitcher in the game, Kamakani Usui. Usui, the righty, the pitch to Darwin Perez, a called strike 0-1. So Usui enters the game with the bases loaded. Bags full of Canaries. As Pear is at third, Chapman at first, and Chapman at second, Schmidt at first. 0-1 pitch from Usui, taken on the outside corner, a called strike 0-2. Usui comes into the game out of the bullpen for the Lemurs this season. His numbers, he is 2-2 with a 3.33 ERA, 29 appearances, no starts. Righty versus switch hitter. And the 0-2 pitch outside. Nice 0-2, but Perez wasn't chasing. Perez 0 for 3 today. He does have a strikeout. As Navarre has left the ball game. Canaries trying to tie it up. Lemurs trying to keep him off the board. There's a swing and a miss. Strike 3. As he just got a piece of it actually, but it's back into the glove of the catcher, Chavez. Usui comes in, gets the strikeout, ends the inning, and the Canaries leave the bases loaded. They do score a run. They make it a 1-run game. We go to the top of the 7th. Lemurs leading the Canaries 3-2.
Cheddar Burger. It's back.
I don't have anything else to compare it to. It's the best out there, I think.
The Chop House Cheddar Burger is back.
Only at Whataburger and only for a limited time.
Miller invented light beer, the original light Pilsner, and that changed everything. This led to fewer guys with beer bellies, which led to more women attracted to those guys, which led to dates, second dates, wedding bells, and honeymoons, which led to hubbada, boom, which led to you. Miller Lite, we invented light beer, and you're welcome. 12 ounces contain 96 calories, 3.2 carbs, 1 protein, 0 fat. Great beer, great responsibility. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Texas Outlaw Grill is a proud sponsor of your Laredo Lemurs, specializing in outlaw delicacies such as the Texican, the Gringo, and the Bandit Hot Dog and their ever-famous barbecue burger. Be the first to try their groundbreaking Cabrito Hamburger and Cabrito Hot Dog. For all to-go orders, catering, and fundraising information, go by 5209 Springfield Suite number 4 or call 956-771-1919. That's Texas Outlaw Grill.
J.D. Pulfer leads off the inning for the Lemurs. First pitch to Pulfer, taken for a strike, 0-1. Ray Hansen still on the hill here in the 7th. Sorry, it's not Ray Hansen, it's Dylan Thompson. No, it is Hansen. I was looking at the wrong number on the roster. So yeah, Hansen's still on the mound. 1-1 the count to J.D. Pulfer, and the pitch taken low, and it goes all the way back to the backstop. 2-1. Pulfer today, 0 for 2. Pop out to the catcher and a ground out. Yesterday, Pulfer had 3 hits, singled in each of his first 3 appearances. He also reached on a fielder's choice, was overall 3 for 5 on the night, and he scored 3 times. 2-1 pitch. Pulfer taking up and in. 3 balls and a strike. Now the count to J.D. Pulfer as he leads off the inning. So a relatively slow night for Pulfer at the plate, slower than he usually is here lately, as he's just been raking for the Lemurs. Last 5 games batting .474 with 9 RBIs and 9 hits. Pitch up high, ball 4. He draws the walk, so he reaches for the first time tonight. A leadoff walk here in the 7th. As the Lemurs have 3 players hitting over 400 here in the last 5 games. Drew Martinez hitting .409 and Pulfer and Poso both hitting .474. And over the last 10 games, they have 4 players hitting over 300. Those same 3, and Dennis Phipps. Phipps hitting .318 over the last 5 games. As a team, the Lemurs in the last 5 games hitting .341. And that'll be the end of the day for Ray Hansen. He faces 1 batter, and they'll make a pitching change with Jesus Poso coming to the plate. I'll let you know who the new pitcher is here in a moment when we come back. Lemurs lead 3-2 over the Canaries, top of the 7th. The runner on first for Laredo.
Before your Memorial Day party gets going, drive over to Ashley Furniture Home Store this week for our best Memorial Day sale ever. Get dramatic price reductions store-wide or no interest until January 2021. Choose from sofas and sectionals, all at unbelievably low prices. Plus, find savings on beds and amazing deals on dining rooms. It's our best Memorial Day sale ever, so don't wait. Hurry over to Ashley Furniture Home Store right now. Ashley Furniture Home Store. This is home. 4520 San Bernardo Avenue, Laredo, Texas, 956-712-2401. Subject to credit approval. Minimum monthly payments required. See store for details.
Core Business Solutions is a proud sponsor of Lemurs Baseball. Core Business Solutions services the 17 southernmost counties of Texas as well as areas of northern Mexico. They offer a wide range of high-tech solutions for businesses and organizations. Make Core Business Solutions your solution today.
Hey, ¿tienes algo que celebrar? ¿Que le salió el primer diente a tu hijo? ¿Que tu abuelita aprendió a tuitear? ¿Que cambiaste tu cheque? La respuesta es la misma, pues un carnesazo. No importa lo que estés celebrando, lo que importa es que lo celebres, pues con un carnesazo de H-E-B. En H-E-B encuentras gran variedad de cortes a precios bajos y de buena calidad. Carnesazo, carne asada con ganas, solo en H-E-B.
Falcon Bank and the Laredo Lemurs are a winning combination. At Falcon, they know what counts. Personalized service, attention to detail, and genuine commitment to helping customers achieve their dreams. Falcon Bank, guided by faith, grounded by family, and committed to you.
Miller invented light beer, the original light Pilsner, and that changed everything. This led to people wondering, L-I-T-E, that's how you spell light? Which led to people thumbing through their dictionaries, which led to there's got to be a better way to look up words, which led to the invention of spell check, which led to better resumes, promotions, celebrations, and happy hour. Miller Lite, we invented light beer and happy hour. You're welcome. 12 ounces contain 96 calories, 3.2 carbs, 1 protein, 0 fat. Great beer, great responsibility. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Chavarria's Plumbing's the #1 choice for any plumbing problem. Chavarria's is a full-service company with up-to-date technology, trained professionals. With over 30 years of service to the community, Chavarria's is still growing strong. Visit chavarriasplumbing.com and go Lemurs!
Jesus Poso to the plate for the Lemurs. New pitcher on the hill as they have brought in Sean Blackwell. Runner moving on the pitch, throw down to second, hops in and gets into the legs of Pulfer. As he slides into second, kicks the ball out into left field. He's safe, stolen bag. 1-0 the count to Poso. Runner on second base now. 3-2 the score, Lemurs leading the Canaries. Blackwell on the hill this season. He is 5-6 with a 7.88 ERA, 13 appearances, all starts. He has 1 complete game on the year as well. 72 innings pitched. I was surprised they put Blackwell in, as he is a starting pitcher. Hasn't made a relief appearance yet this season. But maybe just trying to see if he can throw one little inning of relief here. Kind of like when the Lemurs occasionally throw a starter for an inning of relief. Oh, move towards second. Pulfer back to the bag. No one holding him on, though, so no throw. 3-2, Lemurs leading the Canaries. The 1-0 pitch, Poso swings, lines one foul. Down the right field line, out of play. 1-1 the count now. Poso today, 1 for 1, a walk and a home run. Hit a solo home run to open up the scoring, giving the Lemurs a short-lived 1-0 lead. The pitch, chopper left side, running towards third is Pulfer. The throw by the third baseman, Gwynn, is on target. And Poso put away 5-3, but he does push Pulfer over to first, and there's one out, or over to third, and there's one out with a runner at third base, and Alvaro Rondon to the plate. He's 2 for 2 in the ball game. Sean Blackwell, the pitcher, originally drafted 24th round in 2009 out of Clear Creek High School in League City, Texas. Spent a few years in the Rangers organization from 2010 through 2012. Pitch to Rondon, taken low for a ball. Infield drawn in with Rondon at the plate, and a runner at third base with just one out. Rondon trying to get a 3 for 3 day here. Rondon batting .300 over the last 5 games. With 6 hits, swings, hits one in the air to left field, down the line, pretty deep in foul territory, and letting it fall is Monger. And the count 1-1. Monger there playing strategy. He could have caught that ball, I think. However, if he catches it, Pulfer's tagging and scoring. If he lets it fall, it's just a foul, and it's 1-1, and you might still be able to keep the run from scoring. So Monger smartly lets it land foul. Of course, they would have an out, but you sacrifice that to try to stop the run from scoring. There's a grounder towards first, hard hit. Guillen couldn't quite field it as he dove to his left. It hit his glove. Pulfer hesitated at third as the ball rolled slowly past Guillen and then raced home. Guillen got to the ball and only had the play at the plate. That should be a hit for Rondon, as they had no chance to get him at first base after it tipped off the glove of Guillen. They will mark it a hit, so that'll be an RBI, and the Lemurs now lead by a score of 4-2. Nice work by Rondon, hitting it hard on the ground, forcing Guillen to have to dive for it. Lemurs add to their lead. They're up by 2 now here in the top of the 7th inning. Throw to first, Rondon back in time. At the plate, Drew Martinez, today 0 for 3. Throw to first again, Rondon dives back. Rondon having a good day, or a good series here against the Canaries. Yesterday, Rondon had 3 hits, 2 singles and a triple. He had 2 RBIs and a run scored, and today now, 3 hits, 3 for 3, all singles and an RBI. So 6 hits in 2 games, as well as 3 runs batted in. Rondon a lead. And the pitch from Blackwell, runner moving, pitch outside, throw to second is in time, and they'll get Rondon. Only the second time he's been caught stealing this season. 1-0, the count to Martinez. Pairs throw on the money there from behind the plate. 1-0 the count, 2 outs, no one on now. And Martinez fouls him off, back to the screen. 1 ball, 1 strike. Martinez today has reached on a fielder's choice. He's actually been caught stealing. Flown out and grounded into a double play. 1 ball, 1 strike. Blackwell on relief, the 1-1 pitch swing and a fly ball in the air to left field, running back a few steps and now over to his right is Monger towards the line, makes the catch, inning over. Lemurs get a hit and a walk, and they end up scoring a run thanks to a stolen bag. And we go to the bottom of the 7th, Laredo back up by 2 by a score of 4-2.
Getting hungry? Popeyes always hits the spot. Make sure to stop by any Popeyes location to try out Popeyes' new Smoky Garlic Chili Chicken Dinner. It includes 4 smoky garlic chicken tenderloins served with Popeyes' new garlic herb dipping sauce, your choice of a signature side, and a buttermilk biscuit for just $4.99. Promotion starts Monday, May 25th. Getting hungry? Popeyes always hits the spot. Make sure to stop by any Popeyes location to try out Popeyes' new Smoky Garlic Chili Chicken Dinner. It includes 4 smoky garlic chicken tenderloins served with Popeyes' new garlic herb dipping sauce, your choice of a signature side, and a buttermilk biscuit for just $4.99. Promotion starts Monday, May 25th.
South Texas families never strike out with Driscoll Health Plan. Catch the value-added services we pitch to our Medicaid members. Enjoy a free membership to specific boys and girls clubs. Receive gift cards for completing Texas healthcare checkups. Restrictions and limitations may apply. Visit us at DriscollHealthPlan.com.
Laredo Sports Medicine Clinic, the official team doctors of your Laredo Lemurs. Now with 2 convenient locations to better serve you. Our north location is located at 9652 McPherson Road, Suite 12. Our south location is located at 5102 State Highway 359. Laredo Sports Medicine offers an array of services from physical therapy to our newest service, orthopedic surgery. Laredo Sports Medicine Clinic is changing orthopedic care 1 athlete at a time. Visit our website at laredosportsmed.com for more information.
For all of your vehicle collision repair and paint needs, there's only one place to turn, Mike's Paint Place. Mike's Paint Place has computerized color matching and digital imaging. They also do full frame and suspension repairs. Stop by and see Mike's Paint Place today at 6410 Polaris Drive in Laredo.
David Bergen to the plate. Kamakani Usui still on the hill. He'll kick and fire. First pitch inside to Bergen, 1-0. So Usui on the mound as he came in relief last inning. Faced 1 batter, got the strikeout as he came in with the bases loaded. Bergen at the plate today, 1 for 2 with a walk. He reached on an error as well. The pitch taken down and in, 2-0. Usui with the big strikeout last inning to get the Lemurs out of a jam. Delivers a 2-0 to Bergen, the hero last night for Sioux Falls. And that pitch low, 3 balls, no strikes. Bergen, though, much better against lefties than he is against righties. And that's, well, he got the hit last night off a lefty. The big hit. He got a couple of hits last night, though. Usui with the 3-0 pitch. Take it on the inside corner, a called strike, 3-1. Bergen was one of the best hitters on this Sioux Falls team last year. There's always a couple of surprise players as the 3-1 pitch comes in, fouled away right side, who in the league who you see and you say, and you really ask why a guy hasn't been picked up. Bergen was that way last year with Sioux Falls. As he was just 25 years of age and played in 93 games last season, he hit .331 with 15 home runs and 65 runs batted in for the Canaries. Just had a monster season. And still, at only 25 years of age, pretty young. Last year was his second year in independent baseball. Pitch inside. And there's ball 4 on the 3-2 pitch. So leadoff walk of Bergen. He's walked now twice today. He started his career in the Cardinals organization after playing his college ball at Tennessee Wesleyan. Was a 30th round pick in 2011. Only spent 2 years in the Cardinal system before being released. Spent 2013, started the season in Fort Worth in the United League. First stint in indie ball, but got picked up out of there after hitting .310 at Fort Worth. There's a swing and a high fly ball into deep left center. Running back into the gap is Martinez. He'll make the catch off the bat of Ruby Silva. Fire it back to the infield. Bergen having to retreat back to first base, 1 out in the inning. Bergen then got picked up by the Rockies in 2013, made it up to Double-A with the Rockies system, but never really a full-time player in the Rockies organization. Just played 2 seasons there. Overall, in affiliated ball, Bergen hit .275 with 18 home runs in 106 games. In a span of 4 years, just 106 games for Bergen in affiliated ball. And he had some pretty good numbers in his small sample size. Swing and a miss, especially in the Cardinals organization. Oh, and 1 the count to Osni Guillen, son of former Major League player and manager Ozzie Guillen. 0-1 pitch, bunted at, and they say he went through the zone with the bunt and the count 0-2. Bergen still at first base with 1 out here in the 7th. Take another look at the scoreboard around the league. Lemurs lead by 2 right now. Another rain delay in Fargo. Second time they've gone into rain delay today as the Red Hawks lead the Gold Eyes 5-1. Pitch swung on, bounced foul left side. Count still 0-2. Joplin trailing Texas 6-4 right now. That game being played in Joplin. Wichita leading Lincoln, top of the 9th. Salt Dogs down to their final chances, 5-2 the score there. And in St. Paul, the Saints inching back into the game as they trail 8-5 to the Sioux City Explorers, bottom of the 8th. Final score, 1 final so far. Kansas City falling at home against the Gary South Shore Railcats by a score of 7-2. Guillen calls time at the plate, steps out of the box. 0-2 the count on him. Guillen playing first base today. And the 0-2 pitch, swing, ground ball, right side. Poso backhands. He's going to go to second with it, throw it in the dirt, but it's picked out by Rondon. The out recorded. They're only going to get 1 on the play, though. So Guillen will reach on the fielder's choice as it looked like Poso had some trouble getting it out of his glove. 3-6, the put out of Bergen, out number 2. So Guillen at first, and Cameron Monger to the plate. Monger 2 for 2 with a walk and a run scored. So Monger digs in. Usui trying to get a shutout inning here for the Lemurs. Towing the first base side of the rubber, righty versus righty in the pitch. Taken for a strike, 0-1. Usui again sets on the hill. 0-1 pitch, runner moving. It's high. The throw from Chavez is in time, and they gun down the runner. Another caught stealing here today. Third base runner that the Canaries have had caught stealing, and we go on to the top of the 8th. Lemurs lead by a score of 4-2 over the Canaries.
No.
We'd like to imagine that if you're listening to this, it's on a radio in a backyard in between innings. The grass was mowed this morning, and the grill smells like heaven. And what do you know? Your friends just arrived with a 24-pack of Miller Lite, along with a few new friends to enjoy them with. Here's hoping we're right and you're not just stuck in traffic. Here's hoping it's Miller time.
Great beer, great responsibility. 2015 Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
We'd like to imagine that if you're listening to this, it's on a radio in a backyard in between innings. The grass was mowed this morning, and the grill smells like heaven. And what do you know? Your friends just arrived with a 24-pack of Miller Lite, along with a few new friends to enjoy them with. Here's hoping we're right, and you're not just stuck in traffic. Here's hoping it's Miller time.
Great beer, great responsibility. 2015 Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
There's a reason why Popeyes creates some of the best tasting chicken in the world. We were born in New Orleans, Louisiana, the land of good fun and great cooking. Spicy flavor is a way of life in New Orleans, and everything we make reflects it. From our Popeyes bona fide chicken and handcrafted tenders to our home-style mashed potatoes with Cajun gravy and our soft buttery biscuits, everything we make is made with care and served up fresh. Only at Popeyes.
Quench your thirst at a Lemurs game with a beverage from Southern Distributing Company. Try mainstays like Miller Lite, Miller 64, and Coors Original, or reach for a Red's Apple Ale or Leinenkugel. Batch 19's the newcomer, a pre-prohibition beer inspired by the last batches of beer brewed before 1919.
Driscoll Health Plan loads the bases with value. We knock it out of the park with
Ty Morrison leads off the inning for the Lemurs. First pitch to him on the outside edge of the plate for a called strike. As it's still Sean Blackwell out there on the mound. Blackwell, the righty, firing to the lefty Morrison. He squares around a bunt, pulls the pitch back, or pulls the bunt back, and it's inside of his feet. 2-0. Sorry, 1-1. That pitch bounces in the dirt, 2-1. So 2 balls, 1 strike. The count to Morrison, who today is 0 for 3. Had what he thought was a double at one point. Swings, lines one hard, but it's right at the second baseman, Perez, who makes the catch. And there's one away. And Morrison thought he had a double, but the umpire said he missed first base as the Canaries appealed. And Leandro Castro to the plate. Castro today 1 for 3 with a double and a run scored. He doubled in the 6th and then scored when Dennis Phipps hit a home run. The pitch from Blackwell. Castro swings, lifts it into the air, shallow left center. Charging in is Chapman from center. He'll make the catch on the run, and there's quickly 2 away. As Dennis Phipps comes to the plate, they play the music that NBC plays for the Olympics. You hear this, you always think of the Olympics. At least I do. I guess Phipps is now an Olympian. Is that what we're going with? Phipps today 1 for 1, 2 walks and a 2-run homer. The pitch, swing and a foul. Count 0-1. Top of the 8th, Lemurs leading the Canaries by a score of 4-2. No one on, 2 outs. No one right now throwing in the Lemurs pen. Have to kind of lean over to see. So there might have already been someone throwing. There's a swing and a miss, 0-2. I don't know, but or they could be sending Usui back out for another inning. Wouldn't be too surprising. No balls, 2 strikes. The count to Phipps. Blackwell comes set, and the 0-2. Swing and a pop-up. Right side, foul territory. Guillen chasing it. The first baseman going towards the first base dugout. In foul territory, makes the catch. Inning over. 3 up, 3 down for Blackwell on the hill. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Lemurs up 4-2 over the Canaries.
All the value-added services we bring to our Medicaid members. Driscoll families cheer on the Grand Slam packages, sports physicals, free memberships to Boys and Girls Clubs, and dental care for pregnant women over 21. Take a swing at our baby showers offered by Cadena de Madre. Forget those peanuts and Cracker Jacks, root for our baby blankets and more. Come slide into home when you receive gift cards for completing Texas Health Steps checkups and attending postpartum visits on time. Don't miss a play. Restrictions and limits may apply. Visit DriscollHealthPlan.com.
The Chop House Cheddar Burger is back at Whataburger.
First of all, you start with a large bun, 2 patties,
Shredded cheddar cheese.
The creamy sauce.
Creamy steak sauce.
My personal favorite part is the onions, the grilled onions and bacon.
Grilled perfection.
It's good stuff. Love it.
You take a bite. It's hard to describe. It's hard to put into words.
The Chop House Cheddar Burger.
Chop House Cheddar Burger. It's back.
I don't have anything else to compare it to. It's the best out there, I think.
The Chop House Cheddar Burger is back.
Only at Whataburger and only for a limited time.
Miller invented light beer, the original light Pilsner, and that changed everything. This led to fewer guys with beer bellies, which led to more women attracted to those guys, which led to dates, second dates, wedding bells, and honeymoons, which led to hubbada, boom, which led to you. Miller Lite, we invented light beer, and you're welcome. 12 ounces contain 96 calories, 3.2 carbs, 1 protein, 0 fat. Great beer, great responsibility. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Texas Outlaw Grill is a proud sponsor of your Laredo Lemurs, specializing in outlaw delicacies such as the Texican, the Gringo, and the Bandit Hot Dog and their ever-famous barbecue burger. Be the first to try their groundbreaking Cabrito Hamburger and Cabrito Hot Dog. For all to-go orders, catering, and fundraising information, go by 5209 Springfield Suite number 4 or call 956-771-1919. That's Texas Outlaw Grill.
Before your Memorial Day party gets going, drive over to Ashley Furniture.
Cameron Monger to the plate. Usui on the hill. Righty versus righty in the pitch. Swing and a miss, 0-1. We Monger, Pear, and Gwynn. Lemurs lead 4-2. Just 6 hits tonight for the Lemurs, but they've made them count. 7 for the Canaries. 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. 0-2. As in the last 5 games, the Lemurs have scored 41 runs. A lot of runs for 5 games. And they have 63 hits, averaging over 10 hits a game. The 0-2 pitch comes in, swing and a broken bat. Actually, it wasn't a broken bat. He let go of the bat, and it went back towards the mound, almost tripped Usui. They're on the first base side of the mound. Count 0-2 as the ball was fouled off to the left side. Somehow Monger let go of it. So Usui out there for his 3rd different inning. He's only thrown an inning and a third. He just faced 1 batter, 1 inning, getting the strikeout to end it. Usui, though, this season enjoying his best year of professional baseball. Oh, 2 pitch. On the outside corner, gets Monger looking. Strike 3. Second strikeout of the game for Usui, and Michael Pear comes to the plate. But Usui originally signed as an undrafted free agent by the Toronto Blue Jays out of Vanguard University. Spent 2 years in the Blue Jays organization. But this season definitely his best. Check swing, the little appeal to third base, say didn't go. Count 1-0, pitch was low. But he had a couple of good years in the Blue Jay system. Or some good stints, I guess. Where he pitched 4 good games in Bluefield. A couple of good games in Dunedin at High A in 2014. But most of his time in 2014 was spent in Vancouver. There's a swing and a miss count 1-1. He appeared in 14 games and an ERA of a 7.88. 1-1 pitch on the outside corner, 1-2. Last year split time in Schaumburg and Amarillo. Appeared in just a total of 14 games and combined had an ERA of a 7.04. This year his ERA sitting at 3.33. 1-2 the count to pair, and the pitch swung on, popped up left side, foul territory out of play, and the count's still 1-2. But Usui been one of the more reliable arms for the Lemurs out of the bullpen. Really, the bullpen's been pretty good for the Lemurs this season, one of the best in the league. Lemurs pitching staff, well, in terms of ERA, they're 3rd best in the league as a whole. There's a swing and a miss. The 1-2, it's in the dirt. Chavez blocks it, comes out in front of home plate, throws to first. Pair retired. Second strikeout of the inning for Usui. 3rd of the ball game, and there's 2 away. Lemurs 3rd in ERA in the league behind just Lincoln and Fargo. Talked a little bit last night about the teams right now that are in the pregame show today a little bit too, the standings, teams that are in the running for things. Well, all you have to do is look at the pitching ERAs, and your top ones, well, they're all still in it. BJ Gwynn at the plate, 2 outs, no one on. The first pitch, Gwynn's going to swing a miss, 0-1. You have Lincoln, who leads the Central, best pitching ERA in the league. Fargo, who's right now in the thick of things in the wild card race. Still not leading the wild card, few games out. But they're 2nd best in ERA. That pitch fouled off. 0-2 the count. Then, of course, the Lemurs right now, a game behind Winnipeg. Gary, 2nd place in the Central. They're in the wild card race, as well as in the Central Division race. Wichita follows Gary. They lead the South. Then Winnipeg, 2nd in the North, leading the wild card. And then St. Paul, best record in the league, as they lead their division there in the North. 0-2 pitch, again fouled off. The count's still 0-2. And then after that, you have Kansas City, Texas, Sioux City, Joplin, and Sioux Falls in terms of ERA. So it makes sense that the top ones are still in the hunt for the playoffs right now. Obviously, everyone still technically in it, but it's incredibly difficult for some of the teams right now to make the playoffs, pitch outside 1-2. Pitching wins championships, that's for sure. 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3, Usui. 3 up, 3 down, strikes out the side, 2 swinging, 1 looking. Nice job by him. 4 strikeouts so far tonight through 2 1/3. And we go to the top of the 9th. Lemurs trying to add on another insurance run or 2 as they lead 4-2 over the Canaries.
Your home store this week for our best Memorial Day sale ever. Get dramatic price reductions store-wide or no interest until January 2021. Choose from sofas and sectionals, all at unbelievably low prices. Plus find savings on beds and amazing deals on dining rooms. It's our best Memorial Day sale ever, so don't wait. Hurry over to Ashley Furniture Home Store right now. Ashley Furniture Home Store. This is home. 4520 San Bernardo Avenue, Laredo, Texas. 956-712-2401. Subject to credit approval. Minimum monthly payments required. See store for details.
Core Business Solutions is a proud sponsor of Lemurs Baseball. Baseball. Core Business Solutions services the 17 southernmost counties of Texas as well as areas of northern Mexico. They offer a wide range of high-tech solutions for businesses and organizations. Make Core Business Solutions your solution today.
Hey, ¿tienes algo que celebrar? ¿Que le salió el primer diente a tu hijo? ¿Que tu abuelita aprendió a tuitear? ¿Que cambiaste tu cheque? La respuesta es la misma. Pues un carnesazo. No importa lo que estés celebrando, lo que importa es que lo celebres. Pues con un carnesazo de H-E-B. En H-E-B encuentras gran variedad de cortes a precios bajos y de buena calidad. Carnesazo. Carne asada con ganas solo en H-E-B.
Falcon Bank and the Laredo Lemurs are a winning combination. At Falcon, they know what counts. Personalized service, attention to detail, and genuine commitment to helping customers achieve their dreams. Falcon Bank, guided by faith, grounded by family, and committed to you.
Miller invented light beer, the original light Pilsner, and that changed everything. This led to people wondering L-I-T-E, that's how you spell light, which led to people thumbing through their dictionaries, which led to there's got to be a better way to look up words, which led to the invention of spell check, which led to better resumes, promotions, celebrations, and happy hour. Miller Lite, we invented light beer and happy hour. You're welcome. 12 ounces contain 96 calories, 3.2 carbs, 1 protein, 0 fat. Great beer, great responsibility. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Zane Chavez to the plate, leading off the top of the ninth. Chavez, Valera, Pulfer. As it's still Blackwell on the hill. First pitch from him called strike low in the zone. 0-1. Chavez today 0 for 4. 2 flyouts and a ground out. Lemurs catcher. Lemurs leading 4-2 over the Canaries. Lemurs took a 2-run lead into the ninth last night before they ended up losing the game. Pitch will miss the zone and the count 1-1. There is someone warming up in the Laredo bullpen. Looks like it's Luis de la Cruz. Pitch down and away. As Kamakani Sioux has thrown 2 1/3 innings of relief so far. As he's really helped the Lemurs bullpen tonight by going more than just an inning. Pitch on the outside corner, a called strike. 2-2, the count evens up. Chavez awaits the 2-2 pitch, down and away. 3 balls, 2 strikes, full count to Zane Chavez, who leads off the inning for the Lemurs. Here in the top of the ninth. Lemurs trying to snap a 2-game losing streak. Or, well, 2 games isn't really a streak, but trying to avoid a losing streak. 3-2 payoff pitch. Chavez swings, fouls it away, left side down the line, and out of play. Foul, count stays full. Speaking of losing streaks, right now the longest losing streak in the league, really the only actual streak, is Sioux City. They've lost 4 in a row. A turn of events for them. 3-2 pitch. Swing, line drive, back up the middle, takes 1 hop on the infield and goes into center. Chavez with his first hit of the game. He'll reach first with a single to lead off the ninth for the Lemurs. But Sioux City at one point won 6 straight games. And it looked like they were turning things around. Sioux City made it to the championship last year. Set the league record for wins in a season. This year kind of struggled out the gates. But they won 6 in a row. Looked like the Central Division was about to get really interesting. Still could. But their 6-game winning streak was snapped by a loss. And then that loss was followed by 3 more. Pitched low for a ball. 1-0, although tonight they're trying to stave off a rally from St. Paul as Sioux City looks to end their 4-game losing streak. Pitch taken for a strike and the count 1-1. And Sioux City did save off their losing streak. They won tonight 8-5 against the Saints. 1-1 pitch taken low. Actually, they just appealed down to first base as Valera check swung, and they say he went through the zone. So the count 1-2 to Cesar Valera, who today is 0 for 3. There's a couple other finals in the league, too. Wichita did win tonight, as did Gary. Sioux City winners. And bottom of the 7th in Joplin, Blasters trailing the Airhogs. Still in rain delay, by the way, in Fargo. 5-1 the score there. Redhawks beating the Gold Eyes, which is good news for the Lemurs. And the 1-2 pitch swing and a little looper, shallow right center. Coming in, no one's going to catch it. In fact, it gets knocked around a bit. As racing in from right was Silva. And from center, Chapman tipped off the glove of one of them. I couldn't quite tell who. I think it was Silva. And then Chapman had to pick it up behind him as he couldn't quite field it cleanly. Had they done so, they might have been able to throw Chavez out at second. But it'll be back-to-back singles for the Lemurs. They have runners on first and second for J.D. Pulfer. Now a little mound visit by Pear, Guillen, and Gwynn. And now pitching coach Demetrius Banks for the Canaries comes out of the dugout. He'll make a mound visit. He's talking about the wild card right now, the standings coming into today. Actually, let's refresh it right now. So as of right now, with the few games that are final, we have Winnipeg leading the Lemurs by a game in the wild card, but if Winnipeg ends up losing to Fargo, they are trailing right now in that rain delay, and the Lemurs win. Well, they'll be tied back up atop the wild card spot. Gary won tonight, putting them 2 games ahead, and if Winnipeg loses, will be just a game and a half, or sorry, 2 games behind Winnipeg and a game behind the Lemurs. Fargo right now 3.5 games out of the wild card, and sitting also 3.5 games at the moment is Sioux City after their victory. They were 4 games. At the plate, taking a strike, it's Pulfer, 0-1. Pulfer today 0 for 2 with a walk and a run scored. And then Kansas City 6 games out of first place in the wild card. Texas 11.5 back, Sioux Falls 12 games, and Joplin 13 games. So even Kansas City and Sioux City still alive in the wild card, but still have work to do. 0-1 pitch down and away. You have 3 Central teams, 2 North teams, and 1 South team right now going at it for the wild card. And if the Lemurs overtake the Wingnuts in the division, it'll still be 1 South team. Wingnuts would then be trying to get the wild card. 1-1 the count to Pulfer. And the pitch, swinging a foul off the catcher. The count 1-2. So approaching that time where we can start looking at the playoffs. I mean, I've already kind of started, so it's exciting here towards the end of the season. Already played 64 games. It's game number 65, so just 35 games left after tonight. One and 2 the count. The pitch. Pulfer takes on the outside corner at the knees. He goes down looking. Strike 3, 1 out in the inning. Jesus Poso to the plate now, 1 for 2. Poso, with his 1 hit being a home run, he's also walked today. Strolls up slowly to the plate. And boy, fans tonight, beer sales have already stopped. So if Rondon comes to the plate again, they won't get the opportunity for him to have the strikeout hitter of the night. The beer batter of the night last night was Pulver. He never struck out. He actually got 3 hits and scored 3 times. Rondon was the strikeout hitter tonight, and he got 3 hits tonight and an RBI. The Lemurs right now should want to be the strikeout hitter in Sioux Falls. The first pitch to Poso, he takes a home run swing, but he doesn't hit the ball, and the count 0-1. So fans who wanted to come in and maybe get some cheap beer, they've been sorely disappointed the last 2 nights. 0-1 the count. Runners at first and second. Valera at first, Chavez at second. Blackwell on the hill. Delivers the 0-1 pitch, Poso taking in the dirt, and the count 1 ball, 1 strike. Blackwell from the stretch delivers the 1-1 down and away. 2 balls, 1 strike. The reason you can start looking at playoff races and standings about 30 games out, well, if you're down by 5 games, you really need at least 10 games or so to be able to make up that ground. 2-1 pitch popped up right side of the infield behind home plate. It'll land in the seats though, over the screen, and the count 2-2 now to Poso. You almost have to double the amount of games that you're behind by the amount of games needed to make up that ground. So if you're out 10 games out, you really need at least 20 games left in order to make up that ground. And even then, that's still pushing it. Probably need 2.5 times the amount of games. 2-2 pitch. Poso swings, lines one into center, but right at the shallow center fielder Chapman to throw to second base after the catch to try to double up. Chavez is in the dirt and gets past the shortstop, Schmidt. So a line out to center field, out number 2, and Chavez lucky. He started going towards third base, but managed to get back to second as he had thought that ball was going to land when it came off the bat. Same said, if you're 5 games out, you really need at least 10 games to be able to make up that ground. And of course, having games against whoever you're playing or whoever you're trying to catch up to always helps. So that's why I say teams like Sioux Falls, Texas, and Joplin, they're about out of it, as they're 11.5 to 13 games out of the wild card. And the pitch to Rondon, he bunts it foul back behind the plate. 0-1. Rondon 3 for 3 today with an RBI. 2 outs, runners on first and second for the Lemurs. They lead 4-2 over the Canaries. Because in order to gain 5 games with 10 games left, well, the team you're trailing would have to go 5-5, and you'd have to go 10-0 in that time frame, and you'd gain 5 games, which even then is still, that's really tough and not a given. That's why I say maybe 2.5 times the amount of games you're behind. 0-1 the count. Rondon waits. The pitch, swing, grounder right side. Picking it is the first baseman, Guillen. He'll take it to the bag himself. That'll end the inning. And we go to the bottom of the 9th. Last chance for the Canaries. They'll have their 9-1-2-3 or 9-1-2 hitters up in the 9th. When we come back, Lemurs lead 4-2 over the Canaries. Bottom of the 9th next.
Chavarria's Plumbing's the #1 choice for any plumbing problem. Chavarria's is a full-service company with up-to-date technology, trained professionals. With over 30 years of service to the community, Chavarria's is still growing strong. Visit chavarriasplumbing.com and go Lemurs! Chavarria's Plumbing's the #1 choice for any plumbing problem. Chavarria's is a full-service company with up-to-date technology, trained professionals. With over 30 years of service to the community, Chavarria's is still growing strong. Visit chavarriasplumbing.com and go Lemurs!
Getting hungry? Popeyes always hits the spot. Make sure to stop by any Popeyes location to try out Popeyes' new Smoky Garlic Chili Chicken Dinner. It includes 4 smoky garlic chicken tenderloins served with Popeyes' new garlic herb dipping sauce, your choice of a signature side, and a buttermilk biscuit for just $4.99. Promotion starts Monday, May 25th.
South Texas families never strike out with Driscoll Health Plan. Catch the value-added services we pitch to our Medicaid members. Enjoy a free membership to specific boys and girls clubs. Receive gift cards for completing Texas healthcare checkups. Restrictions and limitations may apply. Visit us at driscollhealthplan.com.
Laredo Sports Medicine Clinic, the official team doctors of your Laredo Lemurs. Now with 2 convenient locations to better serve you. Our north location is located at 9652 McPherson Road, Suite 12. Our south location is located at 5102 State Highway 359. Laredo Sports Medicine offers an array of services from physical therapy to our newest service, orthopedic surgery. Laredo Sports Medicine Clinic is changing orthopedic care one athlete at a time. Visit our website at laredosportsmed.com for more information.
For all of your vehicle collision repair and paint needs, there's only one place to turn, Mike's Paint Place. Mike's Paint Place has computerized color matching and digital imaging. They also do full frame and suspension repairs. Stop by and see Mike's Paint Place today at 6410 Polaris Drive in Laredo.
We'd like to imagine that if you're listening to this, it's on a radio in a backyard in between innings. The grass was mowed this morning, and the grill smells like heaven. And what do you know? Your friends just arrived with a 24-pack of Miller Lite, along with a few new friends to enjoy them with. Here's hoping we're right, and you're not just stuck in traffic. Here's hoping it's Miller time.
Great beer, great responsibility. 2015 Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
There's a reason why Popeyes creates some of the best tasting chicken in the world. We were born in New Orleans, Louisiana, the land of good fun and great cooking. Spicy flavor is a way of life in New Orleans, and everything we make reflects it. From our Popeyes Bonafide.
Ethan Chapman leads off the inning. Luis De La Cruz in the pitch for the Lemurs, 2-run lead. First pitch, Chapman bunting it towards De La Cruz, right side of the mound. He fields it, flips to first, 1 out. Well, that is one way to start off an inning. 1-3 the put out of Chapman. De La Cruz this season, 1-1 with a 2.51 ERA, 28 innings pitched, or 28 appearances, 32 and a third innings pitched. He has 27 strikeouts on the year. De La Cruz's last outing, he threw 3 innings against St. Paul on July 24th. He gave up 3 runs, but none of them were earned. He also had 3 strikeouts. Blake Schmidt, leadoff hitter to the plate, takes on the outside corner, called strike. Oh, and 1 the count. And the pitch, swing and a pop-up, left side, towards the line, waving, calling for it is Rondon behind Valera, and there's 2 outs in the inning as Rondon makes the catch. 2 up, 2 down. Darwin Perez to the plate, who's 0 for 4 today with a couple of strikeouts. Well, tonight so far going a lot smoother than last night did. De La Cruz threw twice in that ball game against St. Paul. He threw 2/3 of an inning on July 23rd. Walking a batter and striking out a batter. And the pitch, called a strike, 0-1. Darwin Perez, line out, 2 strikeouts and a ground out today. Switch hitter batting from the left side. A tall, lanky righty De La Cruz with the 0-1 pitch. Perez taking in the dirt. And the count 1-1. 1-1 pitch. Inside. Perez backs off the plate. 2 balls and a strike. Up next, David Bergen. So this really a three down inning is critical because you put a runner on base. That means the tying run is at the plate. And, well, Bergen was the man with the big hit last night for the Canaries. 2-1. Outside, 3 balls and a strike. So you definitely don't want him to come to the plate and be able to change the game again with one swing of the bat. But he's standing there on deck hoping to get a chance. As a count 3-1 right now to Perez. De La Cruz kicks and delivers. Perez takes down and away ball 4. So now the tying run is at the plate with Bergen, the batter. See how De La Cruz pitches Bergen. Bergen much better against lefties than righties. Still can hit righties, not saying he can't hit a righty. First pitch to Bergen, taken for a strike, outer half. 0-1. Bergen hitting .269 against righties, with 7 home runs and 160 at-bats. But against lefties, hitting .386, with 5 home runs and 44 at-bats. 0-1 pitch, runner moving up high, no throw to second, as no one was holding on the runner and no one covering second base. Should be a defensive indifference, but we'll see. They rule it that or a stolen bag. One ball, 1 strike to count to Bergen. It looked like Chavez wanted to throw, but no one was there at second base to receive a throw. 1-1 pitch. Swing and a fly ball to right at Phipps. He backs up a few steps, makes the catch falling to his knees, and that ends the ball game. Lemurs win tonight 4-2 over the Sioux Falls Canaries. Big win for Laredo as they avoid losing their 3rd straight game, and we will have tomorrow a chance to win the series. Rubber match tomorrow. We'll come back, recap this ball game here in a few minutes. Lemurs win 4-2 over the Canaries.
Quench your thirst at a Lemurs game with a beverage from Southern Distributing Company. Try mainstays like Miller Lite, Miller 64, and Coors Original, or reach for a Red's Apple Ale or Leinenkugel. Batch 19's the newcomer, a pre-prohibition beer inspired by the last batches of beer brewed before 1919.
Driscoll Health Plan loads the bases with value. We knock it out of the park with all the value-added services we bring to our Medicaid members. Driscoll families cheer on the Grand Slam packages, sports physicals, free memberships to Boys and Girls Clubs, and dental care for pregnant women over 21. Take a swing at our baby showers offered by Cadena de Madre. Forget those peanuts and Cracker Jacks, root for our baby blankets and more. Come slide into home when you receive gift cards for completing Texas Health Steps checkups and attending postpartum visits on time. Don't miss a play. Restrictions and limits may apply. Visit DriscollHealthPlan.com.
The Chop House Cheddar Burger is back at Whataburger.
First of all, you start with a large bun, 2 patties,
Shredded cheddar cheese.
The creamy sauce.
Creamy steak sauce.
My personal favorite part is the onions, the grilled onions and bacon.
Grilled perfection.
It's good stuff. Love it.
You take a bite. It's hard to describe. It's hard to put into words.
The Chop House Cheddar Burger.
Chop House Cheddar Burger. It's back.
I don't have anything else to compare it to. It's the best out there, I think.
The Chop House Cheddar Burger is back.
Only at Whataburger and only for a limited time.
Miller invented light beer, the original light Pilsner, and that changed everything. This led to fewer guys with beer bellies, which led to more women attracted to those guys, which led to dates, second dates, wedding bells, and honeymoons, which led to hubbada, boom, which led to you. Miller Lite, we invented light beer, and you're welcome. 12 ounces contain 96 calories, 3.2 carbs, 1 protein, 0 fat. Great beer, great responsibility. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Texas Outlaw Grill is a proud sponsor of your Laredo Lemurs, specializing in outlaw delicacies such as the Texican, the Gringo, and the Bandit hot dog and their ever-famous barbecue burger. Be the first to try their groundbreaking Cabrito hamburger and Cabrito hot dog. For all to-go orders, catering, and fundraising information, go by 5209 Springfield Suite number 4 or call 956-771-1919. That's Texas Outlaw Grill.
Welcome back. James Asser here. Lemurs winners 4-2 over the Canaries here in Game 2 of this 3-game series. Take a look at how this game happened. The Lemurs got on the board in the third inning as Luis de la Cruz got the start for, Jose Navarre got the start for the Lemurs. Luis de la Cruz got the save tonight. But Navarre, a very strong outing today again, just allowing allowing 2 runs today in his start. But third inning, Lemurs got on the board a solo home run off the bat of Jesus Pozo is how they scored their first run, up 1-0. Canaries, though, would answer in the third, but that run would be an unearned run as Blake Schmidt would score from third base with 2 outs after the ball would go through the legs of second baseman J.D. Pulfer when David Bergen would hit a grounder to him, and the run would score, tying it up in the third. Fourth and fifth innings, both scoreless for each team. Sixth inning, Lemurs would come to the plate, get a 1-out double by Leandro Castro. Dennis Phipps would hit a 2-run home run, and Laredo was up 3-1. But Sioux Falls came back and answered a 1-out walk of Cameron Monger, followed by Michael Pear, grounding it again to Pulfer, who then threw a bad toss to second base to Rondon, and allowing Monger to reach safely and then advance to third. Ethan Chapman would single, drive in a run. Blake Schmidt would walk, and they would go to the bullpen, bringing out Darwin Perez. Perez would strike out, or Perez coming to the plate, they'd bring out Kamakani Usui. Usui would strike out Perez, and the inning was over. So 2 runs allowed by Navarre today in 5 2/3, but they were both unearned. And Lemurs would have a 3-2 lead in the 6th inning after 6. They'd add another run in the 7th, getting a walk of Pulfer. Alvaro Rondon, when Pulfer stole second, Rondon would single and drive Pulfer in for his first RBI in the game, and the Lemurs would add to their lead, making it a 4-2 score, and that would be your final. No one would score the rest of the night as the Lemurs won tonight 4-2, a little bit of a more low-scoring game than we've been used to here the last few ball games. But the Lemurs get the win nonetheless. Take a look at your final lines tonight for your pitching staff. Jose Navarre, 5 2/3, gave up 7 hits and 2 runs, but none earned. 5 walks as well, and 4 strikeouts as he worked in and out of jams thanks to 3 runners caught stealing by catcher who was catching tonight. Zane Chavez was catching tonight. He threw out 3 would-be base stealers. Lemurs also turned a couple of double plays, helping Navarre get through those innings tonight, and he gets the win for the Lemurs. Kamakani Usui, 2 1/3 innings pitched, no hits, no runs, 1 walk, and 4 strikeouts for Usui. Great effort for him out of the bullpen this evening. And Luis de la Cruz got the save. He walked 1 batter there in his 1 inning of work for the Lemurs. Sioux Falls tonight, they started Ray Hansen on the mound. He threw 6 innings, gave up 5 hits, 4 runs, all earned. He would walk 4 batters as well, strike out 1, and give up 2 home runs. Coming out of the bullpen was Sean Blackwell for the Canaries. He threw 3 innings, gave up 3 hits, no runs, struck out 1 batter, didn't walk anyone. As Blackwell threw 3 shutout innings of relief. They just used 2 pitchers, did the Canaries tonight. So the loss went to Hansen, win Navarre, and the save, De La Cruz. First save of the season for De La Cruz. Hansen taking his 2nd loss, and Navarre gets his 3rd win. He's now 2-0 in his 2 starts this season as well. So Navarre pitching very, very well right now for the Lemurs as we go forward with this season. Let's take a look around at the American Association scoreboard. Should have a lot of finals now in the books. Already a couple of finals before we ended. Wichita winning 5-2 at home against the Lincoln Salt Dogs. Gary South Shore Railcats on the road, 7-2 winners over the Kansas City T-Bones. And in St. Paul, the Saints fall 8-5 to the Sioux City Explorers. So the Explorers snap their 4-game losing streak. Top of the 9th right now, the Texas Air Hogs leading the Joplin Blasters. That game at Joe Becker Stadium in Joplin, 6-4 the score at the moment. And still in a rain delay, 5-1 the score in Fargo. The Red Hawks leading the Gold Eyes of Winnipeg, 5-1. Tomorrow, well, I don't know who is pitching for the Lemurs. It'll be Chris Regas for the Canaries, the left-hander. Regas this year 4-4 with a 5.57 ERA, 20 appearances, 6 of them starts. So we'll see the lefty for the Canaries, and it's a mystery right now as to who's starting for the Lemurs. Good old to be announced, getting the start for Laredo as we come here with the third game of the 3-game series finale, the rubber match. Lemurs trying to get the series win here and win one of the 3 series that they have on the road trip. They lost the series 2-1 to St. Paul, dropping that final game in that rubber match, and then lost the series 2-1 against the Gary South Shore Railcats. So if they can get the series win here, well, they would finish with a 4-5 record on the road trip, and well, you take it. You'd hope for better, but you'll take a 4-5 record on your longest road trip of the season against 2 teams that are, well, winning their 2 of the top teams in the league, and then another team that's in the bottom of the league standings. So tomorrow, 7:05, first pitch here in Sioux Falls. Lemurs take on the Canaries, and I'll bring you all the action here on the Lemurs Broadcast Network. Until then, have a great night, everybody, and I'll see you all in less than 24 hours.